Music Access. There's a hit song from the past that's been climbing up on the charts these days. It's called 세월이 가면 by or When Time Passes. And the reason why this song has been popular for such a long time is because people of all ages are able to empathize with the lyrics. The lyrics that most people remember and sing along with are these lyrics. I'll translate those lyrics into English for all of y'all. It goes, when time passes, even if you forget the longing that felt as if it would break your heart, please don't forget that you had that one person who was more precious to you than anything you've ever had. They say that when time passes, you naturally forgive and forget, but how can we forget those promises and goals we've made at the beginning of the year when not that much time has passed? I don't think we naturally forget. Maybe we don't want to remember. And you know what? I think we need to remember. We need to remember all the plans, the promises, our goals, and our New Year's resolutions. Like I said, it hasn't even been 10 days since the new year began, so let's think about that and start fresh. The first song you heard today, Saturday, January 9th, 2016, was Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. So, what's up, MA fam? It is the start of a new weekend, and like I mentioned in the intro, there is a song called 세월이 가면, or When Time Passes. This is a song by the singer 최호섭, and I'm not sure if a lot of you guys have heard this song before, because it was actually released in 1988. So at the time, it was a super tremendously popular song, making it to number 1 on the music charts, and it's been continuously remade by other singers afterwards. Of course, the most recent remake was for the OST, or the original soundtrack for the current hit drama 응답하라 1988, or Respond 1988, and it's been on the top of the charts lately. But really, I think part of the message that I'm trying to get across is, it is the start of a new year. And, of course, we've made New Year's resolutions, we've made new plans, and, of course, we've made new goals and things we hope to achieve. And hopefully, by the end of this year, we'll look back and say, you know what? This was a good year. I had a good time, I had a good year, and I was able to achieve everything on that list. So, with that in mind, let's start our program for today. Remember, guys, here's how you can listen and participate on our program. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now, of course, y'all have been sending in great song requests as well, so keep them coming by posting up a message on our message board under the title Request. Now we're going to check out 2 songs before we go to My Text and a Message, and we're going to start with Be Right There by Diplo and Sleepy Tom, followed with History by One Direction. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. And if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy, angry, or something that made you LOL, or a message that made you really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages you keep saved in your mobile device and why. To participate for the corner, just write my text on your message. Now going to our first message for today, we have Vanessa from Canada saying, so my best friends didn't talk to me for 3 months because we were in a fight. One of them messaged me a few days ago and we worked everything out and solved it. It's lifted my mood a lot and I felt better about everything this week. It was surprising, but I'm glad I received the text. I think that's the best thing ever, really when it comes to all this stuff, you just kind of keep everything in check. And then especially when someone messages you and they're trying to make up about something, I think that's the best thing that you can kind of hope for in terms of a message. Because, a lot of the times when you message someone, you just kind of get these, what do you want? What's up? What are you eating? This kind of stuff. But besides that, one of the best things is just definitely getting a message after a fight from somebody like, you know what? My bad. Let's make up. Let's have a good time. And, that's that. Like, basically, on a basic level, it's just like an awesome message, and it really helps keep things together. So, Vanessa, congratulations for that. I can't believe you didn't talk for 3 months, because that's a long time for best friends to not talk. But then at the same time, if you're not going to talk to someone for 3 months, that person better be worth it to get back together. And I guess to you, or to your friend as well, y'all were worth it. So I'm glad you guys worked things out, and hopefully in the new year, you'll be able to make some more memories. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we move on. Shreya of Bangladesh requested We Are Who We Are by Kesha, and Darcy of the USA wants to hear Wake Me Up by Ed Sheeran. We just heard the songs We Are Who We Are by Kesha, followed by Wake Me Up by Ed Sheeran. And continuing on, of course, I think you guys had a lot of messages and texts you received from your family and friends for New Year's. So we're going to introduce these for the first hour. These are all from the new year. So even if the dates are a little off, just think we're reading the New Year's text messages that our listeners sent in this past week. Now, our second text message comes from Unita Swinyo from Indonesia, saying, hello, Benji. So, still at the New Year's euphoria. A year ago, I wrote my resolutions for 2015, but there's a part that caught my attention the most when I read it again in 2016. I consider this a little bit of a message to myself. It says, Dear future me, I hope you're happy, wherever you may be, whoever you're with, whatever you have or have not accomplished, I hope you're happy. I hope when you look back you have no regrets because you did what you wanted to, or at least made attempts to do them. I hope you have a husband that loves you with all his heart and you love with all your heart, for he's the best partner for you to complement each other. I hope you have kids that make you proud, that will take care of their parents well and take care of their brother and sister as well. I hope you've managed to make your parents happy and always will doing it. I hope you have enough time to gather with all your family members, and I hope you're still keeping in touch and having fun with your best friends. I hope you have me time, even just for a short moment. I hope you have realized your worth, your beauty, and your strengths. I hope you're getting enough sleep and eating well. I hope that your dreams have been turned into reality, and you'll never give up to catch on other dreams. I hope you aren't forgetting to take care of yourself, and I hope you're happy with your life. Love, current me. Well, I think this year I'm still going to say that to myself in the future. Happiness, to me, is the highest level of success. That's a really, really good message. I think, when we speak to ourselves, this is something that someone once said to me that I didn't really acknowledge, but recently, I've kind of realized how true this is. We're always busy complimenting other people. We're always busy, trying to compliment other people, make them feel good. But then to our own selves, what do we say to our own selves? Oh, sometimes I'm not good enough for this, or, oh, I should have done this better. And we have a lot of regrets. But then I feel like that's definitely a part of our lives that we should definitely be trying to improve on, instead of, if only I'd done this better, just be like, you did a good job. You did your best. This may not have been, the best thing that could have happened, but I did a good job doing it. Or, just telling yourself, today I feel good and I'm happy I feel good today. For those of us who may be very, very critical of ourselves, once in a while, feel the necessity to bring yourself up. Pat yourself on the back, as it will. I think that's a very, very important moment. Just definitely keeping your own confidence level up, keeping your own game strong. And definitely, as this word was used so much in this message, hope for a better future. Hope that something good will happen. Believe that you can do it. And I'm sure you'll be able to attain higher levels of success as life goes on. I really believe that, and that's a belief that I've held true to my own life as well. So to everyone in the new year, keep your hopes and dreams up and believe in yourself. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our show. Mine by Taylor Swift to start us off, followed with the song that Unita of Indonesia requested, Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé. We just heard the song Mine by Taylor Swift, followed with Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé. And it's time for our third message for my text. And this comes from Desiree from the USA. It says, on New Year's Eve, I went out to stage to see a comedian with my stepsister, and we ended up sharing a bottle of the Korean soju before the show. I was a little distracted, so I didn't realize it when my wallet fell out of my purse. When I did realize my wallet was missing, I was really distraught, and it kind of put a damper on the night. The next day, though, New Year's Day, my birthday, I got a message on SNS from the person who found my wallet. The best message I've received in a long time, and it definitely made my day. I'm so thankful for kind strangers and social media. I have to say, though, this is a very, very lucky situation. Really, you don't get a lot of situations where people message you back and they're like, yo, so I found your wallet. I remember a long time, I got a phone call. And they was like, yo, so I found your phone. And then I was like, how did you find my phone? And this is, before they, smartphones came out. So everything was like unlocked because, you're only doing numbers. And then they said they called mom or something. They just called the first number that phone had called, which is pretty smart if you think about it. Now we're in the situation where if you find a phone, it's locked or something, which means it's that much harder to really call anyone. But then if you think about it, technology's changed to the point where now, even if we lose a phone, we can find it online. We can find it via a lot of different things. There's global GPS tracking. There's all this stuff that we can use to find phones. So, luckily enough for phones, we're good. But when it comes to wallets, it's still the same situation we were in 10, 20, 30 years ago. If you lose it, oh my gosh, unless it's like a smart wallet with some kind of something like that, you've really got to look hard to find it. And Desiree, I think you were really lucky enough that this person messaged you on SNS and you got your wallet back. So, thank goodness for that. Take good care of your wallet, and especially take good care of your wallet when you're drinking that soju. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our program. Katie of the USA wants to hear Odd Eye by Shiny. And Leon Teo of Singapore requested the song Who Are You by Boa featuring Gecko. We're going to continue on with 2 more amazing tracks, starting with the song that Mylene of the USA requested, Einhe by Atomic Kids. And we're also going to play the song that I mentioned in the intro for y'all, part of the 응답하라 1988 or the Respond 1988 soundtrack, 세월이 가면, sung by Kihyun of Monster X. Good song, right guys? Alright, so it is now the end of our first hour. After a short break, we'll continue on with our Saturday corner, so make sure to stay tuned. We're going to check out the song that Kirinhe of Thailand requested, See You Again by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song, starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, January 9th, was Live Like We're Dying by Chris Allen. Now here's how you can listen and participate on our program. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we're going to check out two songs before we go to some messages, starting with the song Lost and Found by Lian La Havas, followed with Jealous by Labyrinth. We just heard the songs Lost and Found by Lian La Havas, followed with Jealous by Labyrinth. What's up? I'm Benji of B.I.G, your host for Music Access, and you're listening to our Saturday show. Continuing on from the first hour, now we're introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access. And our first message for our second hour comes from Mari Marin from Japan, saying, "Sup DJ Benji, I hope 2016 is full of good things for you. So you've been on programs with famous people or interviewed famous people in 2015, right? Who was the person that was the most memorable to you? And who's someone that you want to meet this year?" Well, let's see. Personally, for me, of all the people that I'd interviewed this year, I'd have to say someone that left a very sizable impression, or last year rather, in 2015, someone that left a rather sizable impression was, I think, Amelia Clark. Just because, I got a chance to interview, a few people last year, which was all super, super great. It was great meeting everyone, had an awesome time. But really, what really stuck out to me was she's just such a nice person. You're just listening to her sing and all that stuff, and then you get this moment where, like, we could just be chilling at a coffee shop the way this conversation's going. Like, she's just such a nice person. Like, you really get that impression. And so, Amelia Clark was definitely a memorable person. Who else was memorable? I remember, when I did the interview for the Avengers team, Soo-hyun from the Avengers, she's just like, she walks in, she's like gorgeous, she's tall, super pretty, super nice. Mark Ruffalo was also super, super awesome. Robert Downey Jr., he's just a celebrity, in his own right. During the programs that I did last year, in the Anjana Kantare that I did the second season, I guess, because, season 1 was in 2014. Wow, that was already 2 years ago. That was, Henry. I saw Henry again. I got to meet a lot of cool people. But, the interesting thing is, I don't know, I feel like because I see them a lot, it's not so much a huge kind of thing. When I interviewed the Hollywood celebrity, it was really like, oh my God, I'm never going to see this person again. But in Korea, of course, you end up seeing these people over and over. So someone that I want to meet this year, that's a difficult question to answer because there's just so many people that I want to meet. But, definitely I think if it's possible, I just want to work with someone on music. Maybe not a specific person, but definitely just kind of working on music with someone I think would be a really, really awesome thing if I can do that this year. So yes, that is my thing. Alright, so now we're going to check out two songs as we continue on with our program, starting with Good Luck by Beast, followed with Mamma Mia by Kara. We just heard the songs Good Luck by Beast, followed with Mamma Mia by Kara. And it's time to continue on to more messages. Our next message comes from Jenny from the USA, saying, "Benji, my friends and I hosted a K-pop dance event for friends in the Boston area, and it was so much fun. There were a lot of dancing and games. It was stressful at certain points trying to calm people down, but I would consider it successful in the end. I also won a huge Big Bang poster for one of the dancing games. It was so nice to have K-pop friends in the area." I think that sounds like a super, super awesome time. Definitely when it comes to dance, I think moving your body and, moving your body with excitement. That sounds so weird. You know what I'm trying to say though, right? Whether it's doing sports, whether it's dancing, whether it's doing some extreme, mountain climbing or skydiving or something like that. There's definitely a lot of adrenaline rush, and especially when it comes to an adrenaline rush that is coupled with a love for a certain thing. In this case, when it comes to K-pop dancing. I remember when I first got into K-pop, the dancing part of it was huge. There was always like a signature move in each piece that needed to, like everyone knew. When I first came to Korea, way back in I think 2006 or 2007, something like that, the song was Tell Me by the Wonder Girls, and everyone knew the dance, everyone knew the lyrics, like it was such a national hit. And now it's getting to the point where it's like, what's your signature move in this choreo for this song? That exists now, which, it's a good mix and it's a weird mix. But, in Bang Bang Bang, for example, they have this weird, like, I guess, lassoing motion. If you look at, B.I.G's choreo, we have, body rolls and stuff like that. So everyone has this kind of signature move. That's not really signature if it changes every song. But yeah, that must have been a lot of fun. And definitely do it again. I'd recommend it. Maybe do a singing competition as well. And luckily enough, you did win a poster, which must be super, super fun. So, congratulations on winning the poster. And good job on hosting the event. I'm sure you made a lot of people's lives happy that day. So, keep up the good work. High five, Jenny. Alright, now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our program, starting with 기부리지마 by Winner, followed with Holler by Tetiso. We just did the song 기부리지마 by Winner, followed by Holler by Tetiso. And it's time to go on to our next message, which comes from Oksama from Japan, saying, Hi DJ Benji. What's up, what's up? I heard you have a high touch after your Japan event on the 16th. You have to say music access and do a high five. I heard you guys have a big announcement as well. What is it? I can't sleep because I'm so curious. So first of all, I guess we do have a high touch after our event on the 16th. So like that's like high fives essentially, super high fives. So enjoy that high five moment. I'll do my best to make things cool and awesome. And for everyone who does come up to me in Japan and says music, I will high five you and say access. It's cool. This happened last time I was in Japan, and it was super awesome having someone listen to music access. So, if you do want to get that music access love, remember, high five me and say music, and I will high five you and say access. And then a big announcement. So, do you know what this big announcement is? Because I don't. I don't know what this big announcement is. Or do I know? I'm actually not sure what announcement you heard or what kind of, or where you heard it from rather. But if we do have a big announcement coming up, I will be sure to let you know on the radio. Currently, I'm not really sure what that could be. But, like I said, I will let you know. Go to sleep. Stop being curious. It's just a natural kind of reaction that should happen. Alright, so now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on, starting with 답이 없었어 by 홍대광, followed with 너를 by Brown Eyed Soul. We just heard the songs 답이 없었어 by 홍대광, followed by 너를 by Brown Eyed Soul. And our next message comes from Heather Folsom from the USA, saying, wishing Music Access and DJ Benji a Happy New Year. My hope for 2016 is that I wish to be able to tune in live more often. Wishing you all the best for 2016 and for B.I.G as well. I'm going to miss 2015 because it was the year I got to meet B.I.G in Korea. I'm sure another day will come in 2016, right? I hope so. Lots of love and always supporting. I'm sure it will come. Thank you always for your messages. And in 2016, let's make it epic. How epic? Epic as the name of our next 2 songs. We're going to check out 2 more songs, starting with The Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga, followed with Ghost Town by Adam Lambert. We just did the songs The Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga, followed by Ghost Town by Adam Lambert, and it does bring us to a close for our show for today. Wow. It is Saturday, which means we do have one more day left in the weekend. Hopefully you guys spend some time doing what you love and what you enjoy and recharge for the next weekdays. The last song we're going to listen to for today is Break Even by The Script. This was Benji of B.I.G, and as always, I'll be back.